Hello there. What is going on, everyone? This is a very exciting day for me because I am diving into Eve: War for New Eden from Titan Forge. This is a 2 to 4 player game. It's like a 4X fleet-based game and with miniatures, and I've been looking for like a board game version of Armada, or maybe a simpler fleet-based version of Twilight Imperium, and this just really caught my eye, and I am really excited to dive into this game. Big thanks to Titan Forge for sending this out. This is a review copy. We also have all of the expansions. We're going to look at the core game in today's video. We're going to just do an unboxing and do a first impression. And soon we are going to dive into all of the expansions. We're going to do those in a separate video. I don't want to overload you with too much in just this video, but we're going to be looking at everything for Eve: War for New Eden. If you're new here to the channel, we talk a lot about board games, miniatures games, starship games, science fiction games, and everything in between. We'd love to have you stick around. Click that subscribe button, like the video, share the video, join our Discord. All of the links are in the description below. We also are doing a $25 Amazon gift card giveaway that you can put towards a game or gaming expansion of your choice. If you want to have a chance to enter to win that, where the winner is going to be announced at the end of this month. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my other videos. Let me know some of your favorite tabletop games down in the comments section below. Also, what are your thoughts on Eve: War for New Eden, and have you played this game yet? Did you back it? Are you looking to pick it up? Are you on the fence? And let me know your thoughts. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the core box, and we'll do the unboxing and showcase everything that you're going to get in the core box for Eve: War for New Eden. All right, so first thing I want to do, showcase this box. This is a big box, and it's not a light box. There is a lot of content in here. I love the design of this box because this is basically the size of two thick, heavy-duty board games kind of compressed into one. Each one of these is almost as big as some larger games like Star Wars Rebellion or Nemesis or things like that. It's two very big games, but this does look like it should fit on a Kallax or most of your shelves, no problem. Here on the back of the box, just showing you everything that you're going to get when you look at it. You are going to have 4 different factions in this game, identified by color. You have pre-assembled ships in here. They are pre-colored. If you want to paint them, you can, although you don't need to because they are already marked by color. You also have lots of cards, tiles, player boards, and everything you need to get you started playing in this. And if you are a player of Eve Online, the spaceship MMO, you are definitely already going to be familiar with all of this. I have not played Eve Online, but I have played other MMOs, and I know how in-depth the lore can get for these games, and I know fans of that MMO are definitely going to be delighted, especially if you're fans of MMOs and also a fan of tabletop gaming. This is definitely a must-have, but I really was very interested in this as soon as I saw it because of the fact that I like 4X games and I like spaceships, and I thought this was going to be an insta interesting game for me, and I'm thrilled to finally have it here. Let's go ahead and get this thing open. This is not the easiest game to set up a camera angle to unbox because it is a very big box. We have to come with a big top-down angle here, but we have this is really well designed. You've got like this interior box too. It gives the box a lot of stability. I love first impressions, just the design of the box shows a lot of forethought and ingenuity. I love it. We've got a moderately thick game manual, fully colored, detailing details for a lot of the other expansions, and we are going to talk about all of those. There's a lot of really cool ones. There's a Titan expansion that lets each faction build like a super ship piece by piece. There's a Havoc expansion, which is basically a 5th player expansion. There's Azrael, which is the Titan for the 5th player expansion. There's Succession, which is, from what I've read, this is like a must-have expansion, which again gives those 4 different factions unique leaders and asymmetric powers. That's going to be a really important one. And then you have these optional expansions down here, which if you want fancy resources, structures, and system control markers, as well as collector's edition ships. So very cool. If lots of different stuff that you can get in there, and to augment your game. But again, nothing wrong with starting with the base game and expanding from there. That's why they call them expansions after all. This is magnificent. This is a document telling you how everything goes back together, because when you're done playing the game, you're going to want to put the box back together. And I love that they've done this. This is tremendous. Again, a lot of thought went into this. This is not made by people who didn't know what they were doing. This is really 2 steps ahead of most other folks. Now our top tray. All right, so next up we have a couple of other trays. Obviously these are empty right now. Once we unpunch our cardboard, those are going to go into there. We also have a card with some exclusive codes for EVE Online, which are in there, which is very cool. So we got some dice bags, our token bags. We've got some more trays here. Again, we're gonna fill those out as we punch out all of the cardboard. We have another tray here. It's got leaders in there, the factions tray. And then we have a tiles tray. Again, this one is empty right now. This one is going to be filled up with our cardboard. And now we've got our ships. There's going to be 3 trays of ships in here. And you know how I know that? Because it says ships tray 1, ships tray 2, ships tray 3. Wow. It's amazing. You thought I was clairvoyant, didn't you? This is cool. Oh, look at this. We even got some extra materials in here to keep everything steady while shipping. Really a lot of thought went into this. We're going to take a closer look at all of these. I'm not going to do we're not going to do a full unboxing for these right now. We're going to set them aside and get a better camera angle and a closer look at all of these. This is very cool stuff. We got another ship tray here, and we have our last one right in there. Let's get these out and look at them in more detail. All right, so I know what you want to see. You want to see the ships. We want to see the miniatures, right? That's definitely a given. By the way, this is a really nice top for this. This is a thick plastic cover. Very cool. And again, if you want to paint your ships, a lot of people may want to do this. You're going to keep them from rubbing. You're going to keep everything organized. This is a really cool tray. I dig it. I very much like it. It's very cool. It looks like all of our ships here are on these clear flight stands. So if you're going to be painting your ships, you might want to put tape around there and keep the flight stands clear if you prefer that. But we have, again, detailed lots of different classes of ships. Now, I'm not familiar with all of these ships specifically, so but we're going to go through them. We have a couple of those. We have a couple of these. Again, these are some of the smaller ones. We're going to look at some of the smaller ships first. And we've got these, which are kind of like fighters, I suppose, like kind of X-Wing or ARC 170 sort of style of ships. As we move a little bit larger, we have some more either freighters or Corvette style size ships right here. And I like this one. This one is a very cool looking ship. Right? And this is just one faction. There's 4 different factions. And by the way, all of these factions have distinct sculpts unique to them. I believe in the base game, the 4 factions are all going to play the same. Like they don't have, I think you need the Ascension or the Succession expansion to make each of the factions have, unique asymmetric powers. So that capability is there. But you can play the base game while you're learning and just kind of not have to necessarily add all that complexity when you're first learning the game. This one's really cool looking. It's kind of got that fish thing going. Let's look at our yellow ships here. I like the look of these guys. They're very cool. They sort of have a little bit more of an organic or a biological kind of look to them with the smooth curves. I'm digging it. Oh yeah, I like the look of these guys. I like that ship too. That one's very cool. But no, these are really nice, man. These are again decent mold lines in there, or different curves and etches and deck plating and panel lines, and all of this really help these ships all look unique and stand out. It's going to be a delight to paint them if you want. And again, you can even just put a wash on there and it's going to bring all of that detail out even more if you want to do that. But the beauty is you don't have to. It's an option. You can really have a good time painting these. They're all going to look distinct and special, and they'll have different sizes, which is also very cool. And yeah, look at this. Oh yeah, I like that one. I like it. Very cool. But I wouldn't want to get cut by this too. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a little sharp here on the tip. Not bad. Very, very cool. All right, that's our red and yellow. We have two more factions to look at. All right, we're going to look at the greens and the blues, and we're going to start with the smaller fighter craft first. I like this guy. He's kind of got one wing kind of going out and the other wing tucked in, right? I wonder if they can only turn left, something like that. Be perfect for NASCAR. We're going to get some of these other types of ships in here. Now, I wonder if, like, from a universe perspective, I'm sure this is very cool. These guys are all very asymmetric with their design, aren't they? Which is also very cool. So in universe, that's awesome. I wonder if, though, strictly from a board gamer perspective, if having these different size ships not all be the same across colors is going to be confusing, because I might not know, across the board, if I don't have somebody who plays green very often, and then we do have a 4-player game, I might not necessarily know what kind of ship that is. I don't know if that's really a big problem or anything like that, but I'm curious how that's going to work out as we start to play this game, and if familiarity becomes something we really need to know, if I need to be able to recognize ships across the table at a glance, or if it's just going to be fine to ask my opponent. But honestly, I would rather have more detail and more different sculpts, because this is just pretty, and it makes for a more pretty game, a more beautiful game experience, and I'm definitely a fan of the different styles of ships like this one. Oh man, this one is really cool. This is one of my favorite ones so far. I really dig that. Oh yeah, I like it a lot. We got some of the bigger ships here. Oh, this one's super cool too. I like this faction. I don't know if I like their smaller ships as much, but their bigger ships have this old kind of like Gotham kind of, noir sort of thing going on. I like the big fronts, and it's very almost like American graffiti of it. I'm getting a whole big kind of classic. Oh yeah, look at that one, dude. That looks like something straight out of Gotham City, like a blimp that'd be flying over Gotham City. It's got this cool vibe to it. I love the big fronts and the sleek lines. Very, very cool. We also have our blues, and I know they have faction names, and I'm not using the appropriate faction names. So for you fans of EVE Online, I do apologize. Your factions do matter. The names are very important. I just don't know them just yet. We're just digging into the game for the first time right now, so I'm getting a look at these ships, and again, as we start playing it more, I'll learn more. So bear with me. But they are very cool. Oh, this one's super tiny. Look at that. That's a cool looking fighter. That is a good looking fighter. I really like the design of that ship. Okay. I like the blue faction. This one's kind of cool. I like the tall parts on top. Makes it kind of distinct. Makes it, really nice looking. Again, these little bits, right? They're all going to be protected because of this tray is a really nice tray. And I love the setup and tear down ease of having customized trays. It's just a very cool thing. This is a really nice ship also. That's it for, I think, the smaller ones. And I think we go this way with that one. Yeah. Oh yeah. This one looks very cool. I like that one too. Oh yeah, very cool. And look at them for some of the mid-size. As we're getting larger with the ships, this one's super cool. Oh yeah, a lot of if you want to paint this up, there's a lot of deck plating on these ships that you can really do. This is fun. This is really cool looking. Oh man, this one looks like a scorpion. I love that, dude. I could totally see this as being like a big bad ship on a Star Trek movie, even, or at the end of like a whole season. It's like, oh, the Scorponok's destroyer is here. He's come for you, Jean-Luc Picard. Now you will pay for the sins of your ancestors. Oh, and this one has like Bird of Prey vibes going on with it, or well, bigger than that, really, like Warbird kind of stuff. That's a cool looking ship. I'm guessing these are the engines in the back here. I like it. That's very cool. Very cool. So that's a look at some of the ships that we're going to see in here. I think I need to flip this one around. There we go. So we also have some cards and our cardboard. Let's take a look at everything else. So we do have quite a few different decks of cards in here. Then we have the small size cards. And now these are going to have lots of different style of cards that you're going to use in the game. There are development cards, there are strategy cards, there are mineral cards, and event cards. I'm not going to go through all of them, but they do have very pretty art on them. And they're color-coded to match their specific faction. And you have some pretty cool art on here, fleet-based artwork, which is also pretty cool stuff that I always like to see art on my cards. And honestly, the really good thing about art on the cards too is as you play the game more and you get familiar with it, you learn to recognize cards from across the table and be like, oh yes, I know that card that does this. You don't even have to read all the text on it because you recognize the artwork and it commits it to memory. Fans of EVE Online will probably recognize a lot of this art, and it will have even more of an impact as well, which is a very cool thing. In addition to the smaller cards, we also have the large cards. Now these are going to be the stats for all of the different ships in the game, and again with additional art for them. I kind of like the vibe that they have going on this, where like the stats are kind of coming down in this kind of circular pattern, and we have reference material here, as well as the top-down view of the ship and full art, as well as the name and information on it. For example, this one is a small ship, it's a frigate, it's called the Malediction. Now, as we go to our different factions, we're going to notice that again, your small frigate here, the Crow, for example, is about the same as the Malediction. It's, at least gameplay balance, it's got the same stats. It has the same things going on with it. Of course, it looks different, but it looks like, the factions really don't matter when you're first learning the game. They're more of just a visual difference or a color preference. It's not until we start adding expansions like Succession that these factions have a faction identity and then have additional rules that are going to differentiate them from the rest. So that is very cool. But I love seeing the extra art and all of these to kind of help you learn your ships and all the different stats for your different ships. And then, of course, there are also reference cards that are going to come in here as well to kind of remind you of how to play the game. I love it when games have reference cards. This way you give every player a reference card, and you can go from there. And now we are punching cardboard, trying to get everything sorted. I have the rule book here. I am using this. I suspect it might be, I don't know, I'm a little confused because it says 20 asteroid tokens. There were almost 30. I punched those all out. Those were from this cardboard here. And it says 20 discovery tokens. There's like over 50. There's like 50 just on this sheet, and then a whole bunch more on this sheet. And in case I had the tokens wrong, I was looking. They're not pictured anywhere else. So I think there's probably going to be an errata, or there probably already is. There's probably already an errata. Again, this is just like first impression. I'm just going through it right now. So if you have this game and you're going through it and you're feeling the same thing I am, no problem. It's pretty clear that these are discovery tokens, though, so this is a very small issue. It's just there's a lot more here, and I'll be definitely checking errata and Board Game Geek and all of that stuff, which is generally always a good idea, but I'm in the middle of a video right now, so this is just first impression stuff. We also have a faction tray here. As I'm punching out tokens, this is pretty cool. This is where we're going to be able to basically put our little cubes in to track our available actions, our economy, and the actions that we've taken, and any bonus actions, and all of that. Now, these are going to be the same, for each faction mechanically until you add your leaders and stuff like that. Underneath here, oh, this is great. We've got our dice here. Now, these are pretty dice, too. They're marbled, which is really nice. And we've got our white dice, and the white dice are actually really pretty. They're kind of pearlescent as well. So those are different categories of dice. Better ships will use more black dice. Worse ships will use more white dice, is my rough understanding of it. You've got these borders that are going to also frame all of this. Well, hold on. Let me not do it that way. There we go. I believe this is going to go kind of like that on your player board. And we have our cubes here, which plenty of those for each player, color coded. But this is the cool part, is you have these faction trays, and then I can put all of my tokens and stuff for each faction in there for a quicker setup and teardown, which I really like. I'm also basically got everything punched out right now, and I'm just assembling everything, and it's just astounding to me how easy and thoughtful the entire assembly process is. For example, it looks like all of your faction starting home tiles, which are these 3-section tiles, go in first, and then it looks like these go on top of those right there, and then these parts go right there, and like boom, it's all designed to hold it. This is an incredibly thoughtful insert. And then of course we can fit all of our regular hexes in here, and boom shakalaka. Well, helps if we stack them correctly. But yeah, and then you have the little finger holes in here to lift everything out and to get everything. You have lots of room. Love it. All right, next step is we're going to put everything back. So we're going to start, and we're just going to follow our very handy-dandy storage tray guide, which I love that they included. And we've already looked at everything. We're going to try and put it back. Boom, goes in nice and easy. Now, we did take out that shipping piece. So that, then the other ship tray, done. Next is a tiles tray. Now it's populated. It is full of tiles. Boom. Done. Easy. Factions tray. Next. Boom. Done. Easy. And next we have a combination of the large and the 2 small trays. 1, 2, 3. Easy. And then last is our extra tray, which we can put our rule book in. And then we're done. Look at that. All right, this has been a look at Eve, War for New Eden. Big thanks to Titan Forge Games for sending this out. It's just a beautiful game. I love the ships. I love the kind of way that they're kind of in these flying poses and still manage to stay up without falling down. They are pre-colored. They're ready to play right out of the box. I love the trays and the thought that goes into this. They're easy to pull everything out. You don't have to buy any third-party organizer. You're inside the trays, like there's like a curve on these, so you can just kind of pull them out nice and easily. You don't have to be digging and having things stuck in the corners. I like a lot of that. Only criticisms, the rule book had a little bit of confusing parts in it, but I'm sure I can get that fixed online. The mission and event cards do kind of look about the same, especially from a distance, especially if you are a little colorblind. Like there's, you know, these probably could have been a little bit more visually distinct. My only real feedback for this, but that's just those 2 types of cards. Everything else, very, very pretty, very, very clear and distinct for the different mineral types of cards, the tokens. And there's upgrade packs if you don't like tokens too, but we're going to be looking at more of that later. So this is just a first look at Eve, War for New Eden. I can't wait to get this to table. Overall, it's a beautiful, beautiful game, and it has me very, very excited to play it and to start conquering the galaxy. That's going to do it for today's video. Again, big thanks to Titan Forge Games for sending this out. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing and help keep this channel going. Thank you for your continued support. I will talk to you later. May the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. The spice must flow. You can't take the sky from me. And be excellent to each other and party on, dudes. And always wash your socks.